This week on Sport Fishing, we're back out at Emeryville, fishing up here in Northern Cal. Right now we're outside the Farallon Islands. We're looking for lingcod, and it looks like we got one going right here. We're fishing with the TigerFish.
Color?
There's a fish right there. So this is what we're going to be doing today. We'll be fishing the bottom here outside the Farallon Islands aboard the TigerFish. We'll be fishing artificials, live bait, trying to catch lingcod like this. So stay tuned for this week's exciting episode of Sport Fishing. I'm Dan Hernandez and I live to fish.
All right.
I have been fishing along the Pacific coast my entire life.
Oh!
Let me bring you in the action and share with you some great fishing tips along the way.
Color. Sookie. What do we got here?
Dan the Man Hernandez and the Farallon Islands, baby.
Here's another nice, big, beautiful lingcod caught here in the TigerFish. Caught that one on jig, right? Swim bait?
Swim bait.
Beautiful fish. All right, let's take a little break from the action and go to the tackle box and give you a good look at the gear you need for this type of fishing. This week in the tackle box, I want to talk to you a little bit what we're doing today. Basically rock fishing, and it doesn't matter if you're fishing along the coast or off at the island, it's the same technique. Now, what I'm going to be talking to you about is about shallow water rock fishing, that 100 to 250 feet of water. For the deeper rock fishing, it's basically the same, just going to be using bigger sinkers. Now, for this type of fishing in that shallower water, you can get by with a low profile reel like this, 400 series, have either 50 or 65 pound spectra as your main line, and you don't need a lot of leader on top of it. Don't use fluorocarbon, but you can just use regular mono, like 30-pound mono on top. Normally about the length of your rod is all you need. You want to have as much spectra as you can so you fill every little nibble when you're down fishing that deep on the rockfish. A nice rod like this works out really nice, either a medium action or a medium heavy action for that bottom fishing. Works out nice, and this California rod does that fine. Now, if you're going to concentrate on getting your limits of rockfish, use two B52 Bucktails and a double dropper loop rig. Place them at least 2 feet apart, and depending on your depth, you're going to be using anywhere from 8 ounce to 16 ounce sinker. If you're in that shallower water, 8 ounces will work good. If you get around 300 feet, you're going to want 12 ounces. And if you get over 300 feet, better be using 16 ounces. Space these far enough apart so if you hook a big fish on one, it doesn't cover the other bucktail. You get 2 big fish while you're down there. And when you get bit, don't wind up right away because you want to catch 2 fish at a time. You don't want to go down that deep just to bring up 1 fish. Now the other thing you can do too is use a magic metal jig. Just bounce it off the bottom. In that shallower water, about 100 feet, you can use a 4.5 ounce model will work out good. Hit the rock, swim it back a little bit, let it flutter. The lingcod, the rockfish, will eat it. Works out really nice. And if you get in that deeper water, 200 to 300 feet, then you're gonna need a 10 ounce model. Same thing. In that deeper water, I really like the glow in the dark colors. Seem to work out best for me. And again, hit the bottom, swim it back about 3-4 cranks, stop it, let it flutter down. And the lingcod and the rockfish will hit it either as it's starting away or when it flutters back down for it. When you get bit, you're gonna feel it instantly with that spectra line, crank on it, set the hook on the fish, and then just bring it up. The other jig you can use too, if you strictly want to target lingcod, go ahead and put on a 6 ounce B52 Bucktail with the large AA grub on there. White grub seems to work out best for me. Sometimes I try the red one too, but I catch way more fish on the white grub. Just bounce this off the rocks. Works fine up to 150 to 300 feet of water. Just let it flutter in the current down there on the bottom. Lingcod, the big reds, they really like this kind of lure. Well, this is the basic gear you need for this type of fishing. Let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing. Nice one. Oh!
Let some line out. Let some line out.
Turn around. Turn around.
Island, Hernandez.
Get in.
We're out here sport fishing with Dan Hernandez on the TigerFish out here at the Farallon Islands. When we fish the Bay Area, we go to fishemeryville.com. I'm telling you, heard it on Sport Fishing with Dan Hernandez. Sport Fishing with Dan Hernandez out here on the TigerFish. What are you doing today? We're catching fish.
Right, fishing for lingcod out by the Farallons with Dan Hernandez. Right.
Let some line out.
Okay. That was a big boy. Yeah.
Good job, T.
There's another nice, big, beautiful lingcod caught here in the TigerFish. Got that one on jig, right?
Swim bait.
Beautiful fish.
Hold on. Turn in.
Get him up. There you go. Good one.
Grab your weight, grab your weight.
Look at that. All right.
What's your name?
I'm Frank.
Frank.
Yeah.
Frank just got this beautiful lingcod fishing for the TigerFish. And we're out here out of Emeryville, outside the Farallon Islands. Nice, big, beautiful fish. Let's take a little break from the action here with TigerFish and go to the galley and show you how to cook up one of these delicious fish we're catching. This week in the galley, we're in Long Beach, California, San Pedro Fish Market. Standing next to me is Chef Frank. And what do you have for us today, Chef?
So we're gonna make some rock cod.
Good.
We're gonna make some rock cod a la plancha. I seasoned it with our signature seasoning, and then kind of like a blackened, but not really. You're gonna lay it, and you always want to push it away from you, so the oil doesn't splash on you. And so after I put it down, I'm just gonna throw a dome on it.
Okay.
I kind of want to speed up the cooking a little bit. So I top the fish because as the moisture comes out of the fillet, it's gonna have a little bit of a steam effect. Really help keep that fish nice and moist. So I'm gonna lift this guy off. We're just about there. It's already starting to flake a little bit. That spice has let us get a nice crispy sear over the top. Pulled our fish off. It's nice and medium, so it's a little give in the center. Get a little squeeze, all that fat and juice comes up. It's exactly where we want to be with this piece of fish. We got our fish cooked now, and now we're gonna finish it up. I'm gonna serve it with some esquites, which is like street corn cut off the cob.
Okay.
So we have a little bit of mayo here. Not a lot. I don't like my street corn overly mayoed, you know? I still want to taste the corn.
Right.
Then I'm gonna add some cotija cheese and a little bit of cilantro. Freshen that up. We're just gonna give this a nice mix. So this is our michelada butter. It's made with garlic, fresh serrano chilies, lime juice, our michelada mix that we make at San Pedro, and a little bit of beer, and then finished up with some butter. And I'm just gonna do a nice little pool of that right there in the middle. A little bit of our esquites off to the side. And then you gotta finish it up with some pico de gallo. Get after it, my dude.
I gotta try that. That butter sauce.
It's intense, but it really lends itself to the fish.
Oh, it's really neat. I mean, it
It's
really
like
adds
squeezing a
to
lemon
it.
over it.
Yeah, that's a great way to describe it. Well, thank you, Chef Frank. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
This is a great dish, and I know a lot of our viewers are going to love coming in and get this. This looks really
Yeah,
good.
man. It's a great time.
So we're down here at San Pedro Fish Market, Long Beach, California, and we have Chef Frank with us. Did this beautiful dish for us. It's really, really good. Well, let's get back on the water and show you more exciting action right here on Sport Fishing.
Put some line out.
Okay. There was a big boy.
Good job, T. Sport fish with Dan Hernandez out here on the TigerFish. Catching them all day long.
Oh, a shark was on it.
Huh?
Shark was on it.
Right. Really?
Yeah, big blue.
Sweet. Go ahead and put that on TV. There's a Whopper, T.
Gotta hold it close with
Yeah.
the camera.
Look big. Oh god.
I cheated. I cheated.
Sport fishing with Dan Hernandez.
I cheated. Don't tell anybody.
Got one hooked up here fishing on the TigerFish. Need a gaff here. Catching them on the... There we go, another nice one. Fishing on the TigerFish at Embryville.
Woo! Double up with Dan Hernandez.
Fun, fun. On the TigerFish.
Got a couple of fish here. One we call a Johnny Bass. They call him yellowtail here. fish. So what we're gonna do is keep fishing away here, see if we can get our limits to rockfish to go with the limits to lingcod. And we'll keep going. There's another nice one there.
Yeah, outside the Golden Gate, Caroline Islands, with Dan Hernandez on the TigerFish. There we go. Yeah.
Caroline Islands. Dan Hernandez, sport fishing.
Hooked into a nice fish down here out by the Carolines. Fishing with Dan Hernandez. Right. Fishing for lingcod out by the Carolines with Dan Hernandez.
So this is my 35th year on TV, and over those 35 years I've got to fish lots of different places. Alaska, Central America, down South America, you know, just everywhere. And coming up here from Southern California to fish Northern Cal, fish out of Emeryville, it's been one of those treats. You know, this is the type of rock fishing that we don't get to do down in Southern California. And the quality of the rockfish, the size of the Johnny bass they get here, the number of lings they get here, it's just exceptional. It's stuff that we don't normally get to experience. And it's one of the reasons I love coming up here. If you guys have never ever experienced fishing like this or never experienced different types of fishing, you only fish 10 miles from home or 20 miles from home, it's really good to get to try something different. And that's what we're doing here. And the whole experience of driving, you know, you leave out of Emeryville, you go past Alcatraz, you go underneath the Golden Gate Bridge, and then you come out here to the Caroline Islands and you get to do some quality rock fishing. It's just one of those experiences everybody should have. So I got some rockfish coming up right here. See the gear I'm using? It's light line gear. It's what I use for calico bass, yellowtail down Southern California. And up here out of Emeryville, Caroline Islands, that's all the only gear you need. 50 to 65 pound Spectra and 25 to 30 pound mono. Works fine for this type of fishing. And if you're just gonna fish the lingcod, then you can go with the heavier, like 50 pounds. I don't know what I got on here, it's shaking the head a little bit. No, it's a big salmon grouper, a little ling. Let's see what I got here. There's a lingcod.
There you go.
Got that on a little 1 ounce B52 Bucktail with the sand dab pinned on there.
Right there, you see that bucktail?
And we're fishing aboard the TigerFish. Good job. Having a great time fishing on the boat today. First time we filmed an episode up here on this boat. Having a great time. The crew's great. Just having lots of fun. We'll take a little break from the action here, and when we return, I'll be giving you this week's tip of the week. For this week's tip of the week, we have Captain Allen from the TigerFish. He's kind enough to take us out fishing today. And Captain, we had a great time fishing with you today. Can you give our viewers a good tip to help them out when they come fish up here?
Sure. Yeah, we had great weather, great fishing this weekend, Dan, and it's like Southern Cal weather in Northern California. So it was a great weekend. My big tip of the week for you guys today is to make sure, it's a lot of work, but you gotta reel it up and drop it down as often as you can. Keep the line straight. We recommend a 6-to-1 gear ratio reel with braided line on there, and you drop it down, and with the amount of current we've had the last couple days, it's real important you reel it up to the top, drop it down, fish for a couple minutes, and get the gear back up and straighten out again. You want to keep the gear and the baits in the strike zone. And the longer you let it drift out there, it's just lifting up and scoping away from the boat. It's not down in the zone where you're going to catch fish.
That's a great tip. Yeah, and one other thing, like the captain just said earlier, this is the first time I fished in the Bay Area up here out of Emeryville where I didn't have to wear a jacket. The weather was so nice. A couple of guys were even in short pants. It was great. But that's a great tip, Captain. Thanks a lot. And remember, guys, like he says, you know, check your lines often. When you're drifting like this, you want to be up and down vertical. Big tip. And you guys have all the gear here if people don't have the right gear.
We've always got everything on the boat for our customers.
Yeah, so if you're from out of town, we have people on boat today from out of state, from Nevada, from Washington, you know, even guys from Southern California. If you don't have the right tackle, don't worry about it. Right here on the TigerFish, they have everything you need. Well, on behalf of Captain Allen and myself, I'm Dan Hernandez, hoping you enjoyed this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and I hope you join us again next week as we go looking for more of the best in sport fishing. Thanks, man.
Thank you, Dan.